Hi, I'm Mike Nelson, and this is a longer tutorial on how to use Print My Blog with WPML. That's the WordPress multi-language plugin. And so I will start off with assuming you've installed and activated Print My Blog and WPML, and you've configured them however you want. On my site here, I've configured WPML to be written primarily in English, and then I have a French and a Spanish translation. So the first thing to do is create your posts and your content. I'm going to start off with assuming that you've created some content, like some posts and pages, like as you see here. And you can add the translations either from the post editing page, which I'll show in a second, or from this list page. So you can see here anywhere that's got a pencil, it indicates I've already translated those into the language. But I have not done these two here. So I'm going to translate this most recent post into French. So for that, I go to a special page that just has all the content on the left and its translations on the right. And WPML gives us a nice option to translate automatically. So we'll do that. It uses some web service to translate it for us, which is great. And here it's got all translated. And if I want to modify anything, I can just modify it here. And it looks all good though. And when I'm all happy with it, I just press complete and it takes me back to where I was before. And it actually takes a minute or two to process that change. I will also translate it into Spanish. Again, translate automatically. And then I say complete. And that's most of it. I suppose if I wanted, I'll show you the view from inside of a post. So here I am. Here's my English post. And on the right here, I'll scroll down. It has languages, language section, and translations. And this is sometimes hidden if it's all already translated. Then you just press the same little pencil there to edit the French translation or to edit the Spanish translation. Okay, now I'm going to create a project. So I'm going to be making a very short book with just those few contents in it. So I go to ProPrint and add new project. And I'm going to call it WordPress Insights. I'm going to just make a digital PDF of it. And as usual, for my blog, you can choose whichever one of these designs you like the most. You can click on them to view more details. You can click Use this design to just use the default or the settings you set last time. You press Customize to use it and customize it. I'm just going to be brief, and so we're going to use this design. And so here I'm the content editing page. On the left here is the posts. And by default, it only shows the content in my site's main language. If I want to get kind of fancy, I can press Show Filters, and I can change the language to all languages or a specific language. I think I would recommend just leave it at your site's default language, and then you'll see why in a minute. We're going to do the translating at the very end. So we just make our project all in this main language of the site. Just add the contents however you want, reorganize them if you want. I'm going to save and proceed. You can add a subtitle to this book. Things I learned about WordPress. Okay. So here, this is the step where you usually just generate the print page. But the main thing you'll see that's different in Print My Blog is that there's now an option for language here. So it says default language, and then it has my site's other languages. So what the idea is that you can generate the PDF first in your main language and then switch to a different language and generate it in that other language. So I'll show you in the default language, English. Here's all the contents in English. I'm not going to actually create the PDF right now, but that'll just be one click away. I'm going to switch over to French now. And an important thing to not overlook is that when you switch to another language, there's an option to translate the project metadata and a button to translate the design. So you should translate those as well. So I'm going to translate the metadata. You may be wondering, what is that exactly? And I'm going to say yes, translate automatically. So it's this posts the project's title, which was WordPress Insights, as you recall. So here's its French translation. And then it was the subtitle. This kind of this means it's kind of it's information that's custom field, things I learned about WordPress, and there it is in French. Now the design is actually already translated because I've used this design on other projects, and it's already translated. So I can click there to generate the translation there too if I want. Now, one important thing to note, remember there was that spinner here a second ago. Do not press generate until the project metadata and the design and all the posts have finished processing their translations, because you might get an error or things might not be translated yet. So how long does it usually take? It usually takes a minute or two. Usually doesn't take too long. Anyway, so I'm going to generate the French book now. So there it is. Everything's in French. Even the content that was automatically generated. Like here, this imprimé, this thing that says when it was printed. It's all translated. Oh, there's a bug. I can fix that as soon as this tutorial is over. And so that was the French translation. You can look at the Spanish translation. So it says I need to translate the Spanish metadata. I'm going to do that too. And I will translate automatically and complete that as well. And I'm going to patiently wait for the this spinner to turn into a pencil before I click generate. There, we're good. And this is the Spanish version. And again, here's the button to download the test PDF. And that's almost it. Because one thing you may wonder about is what happens later on when you edit content. So let's go to our project here, and let's say you notice a typo in one of your posts. So you go to it. You can either find your posts on your usual post page, or you can find it here in the content editing page, and you just press the pencil that in the row of that content that you want to edit. It opens a new tab, and let's say when we get a change here. I'm going to change that to like that. So when I've changed the English version, so I should also update the translations. So I scroll down, and there's a button to update French translation. So let's click that. And I'm going to translate myself this time. Where was that? Oh, here we go. So here's the English, so I have to provide the French translation for that now. Actually, you know what? I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to automatically translate that too. And check mark, setting up like that, and complete. Then I'm going to change the Spanish translation as well. Translate automatically. Great. Well done. So now we've made our adjustment and we've updated the translations for this post. So that's okay. I'm going to close the tab, and this tab stayed open, so I'm still here. Now let's say I want to add some print materials. So that's basically like posts, but they're just for this project. They won't appear on my website anywhere. I'm going to add print material and call it about the author. So first it creates a print material, and this print material again is in English first. So I'm going to press the pencil to edit it. I'm from Canada and I like pizza. There you go. Update. And now let's again update those translations. So update the French translation of this post. That's pretty easy. Scroll down and update the Spanish translation. Oh, click it. And yeah, I did. Okay. Translate automatically and complete. So this post is now translated. Well, it's processing, so it might not be a bad idea to wait here until these are done. Oh, and they're done. Because, like I say, if you go to generate your project before those translations are done processing, they may appear in your default language still. So, okay, so now I've added an extra print material in the back matter and I've updated some of the content. I'm going to save. And now when I regenerate the Spanish translation, it should have these changes and also has a new item in the table of contents about the author. That was at the very bottom. Yep, good brief. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions about using WPML and Print My Blog, please feel free to get in touch. And good luck. Thanks. Bye.